capable of. So, you know, to have a horse that can do all the movements of the Grand Prix is, you know, it's rare.
Right.
You know, it's because usually they have one that they find a little more difficult, but he really finds all the work equally easy.
Is that training, or is that breeding, or is it both?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. I mean, you know, it's always, sport is a hard one because you never know, even if you think about, you know, the fastest runner in the world. Is he really the fastest runner in the world, or is there somebody else out there
Right.
that could have been faster? But I don't care. You know, but it doesn't matter who out there could be faster. They're not training. They're not. So you would never know. You know. So is there somebody maybe that has a better horse than me, and I've trained mine a little bit to understand it more? Maybe. You know?
This is Jacquie Brooks. This is Carolyn Frith.
Hello, Carolyn. How you doing?
Good. She's answering some questions and we're recording.
Oh, wonderful.
So, or do you know
I asked
everything?
them yesterday. I was asking where they would get it,
Yeah.
where they got Westwood from.
Yeah.
What's his personality like?
He's actually very, very calm and quiet. Like, he's a very cuddly, calm, lovely horse.
I love
Lovely.
the comparison you made with Pia Wigren, with the beer and the.
Oh yeah, but we don't want to write that. Yeah, but he would be, you
Come
know,
on, it sounds like fun.
he'd be in the library. This one, cozy up, reading a book.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what
We're just talking. We're just talking about the Grand Prix Special in Westwood.
So I'm of course very curious about personally similarities and differences with Goose.
Yeah, you know,
yeah.
they're unusually similar when you ride them. Like, they're big, strong horses, which I like, and they're very secure in the contact. So when you go to an extended or something, they're like, you better come because we're going. You know, which I love. It's a hot horse. He's sensitive like Goose. Goose has always been very sensitive to the aids. I would say this one is a bit more emotionally fragile than Goose. Goose has just because Goose is like you know, if you had to go to war, you'd take Goose. Like, there would be no backing off anything, full go. This one is more, you know, he's an athlete. He loves being in that ring, doing his job. That's what he likes to do. So it's just making sure he doesn't try too hard to do it.
What do you mean?
Like, that he doesn't try too hard. Like, when he tries too hard, then he gets too sensitive.
Okay, so it's got to be more of a relaxed, we got this.
Yep, always. Always. You cannot pressure him. You could not come on him and say, now you have to do it. Everything's slow and steady. So it's going to be a slow burn up, all the training.
Right. What's next?
Florida. Yeah.
You had mentioned too that he was very scared when you got here, and that he's done really well. I mean, you've been able to help him with that.
Yeah, but I don't know that I would say scared. He never had a bad day in his life. The Veredals are amazing trainers. Look at Jessie; she's on the top of the German team. You know, so they had him since he was a foal, and he is just a sensitive horse. He has a lot of thoroughbred in him. He's very up in the riding, and he's very capable with his legs. So sometimes when he's doing the movements, I think he overwhelms himself with his own body, and his legs are going places.
How old is he?
He doesn't know how to handle the balance of it, you know? 12. No. So that I was really pleased with here. You know, it's not 75 yet, obviously, but it's a very steady 68, and then it hopefully will become a very steady 70, and then a very steady 72. I don't think he's the kind you can go, okay, I got 68 in Devon, now I'm gonna full pedal it, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's gotta be just in increments coming up.
I've heard, you know, when I talk to trainers, I think patience is just
Yeah.
the key to everything.
It is. You can't rush them. You know, they understand at the rate that they understand, and these venues are few and far between as well. So how do you, the venues, like a venue like this, there's not that many of them, right? So you can't expose them into these venues that many times a year. Even global, well, because there's not that many of them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can come to Devon. We have one show in Canada at Palgrave, but it's not the same atmosphere. We have one at Angelstone, which is similar, but still not this big. So you have 3, and then you have global, which is overwhelming in January, but by March, they're all like, we live here, Michelob, but we've gone down the center line 12 times now. So then you don't have that. So you maybe have the opportunity in every year in North America to do 5 shows where they come into a venue they haven't
Living at.
that they haven't been living at. Yeah. So that takes time too. You're in Europe, you could do it every weekend in an indoor. They have access to so many more big shows, Rotterdam, all over Europe. It all looks like this: tents, VIPs,
Right.
music, trade fairs, people. We're doing 7 quiet shows in our backyards, and then we come out to this and expect the same relaxation. They only learn it by doing it. So.
How do you feel about Devon?
Oh, me, I love Devon. Come for many, many years. Devon's my fave.
Why?
But look at it, right? Look at it.
My favorite.
How can you not? Yeah. How can you not love it? And even the townspeople coming out to support it is always good. We used to have a show in Quebec called Blainville, and the same thing. The Saturday night, it was all the town that came out. So you have all these fresh eyes and people getting interested in the sport. And that same last night, there were people asking for autographs that they never touched a horse, never seen a horse.
Really?
Yeah, just from the town coming in. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, really fun.
We try hard to get the people from around here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There's some question about zoning and the show and how the show plays into it. So I'd love to hear stuff like that. The more people we get to come here.
You know what? I don't know anything about it. I'm from Canada. I don't know your zoning laws.
No, I know, but what
yeah.
I'm saying is the more people we get to come, the
Yeah.
more local people, the more support for the show.
Yeah,
and
yeah. I
that's
saw a
very
lot of
nice.
signs around, which was good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right.
I don't know if it was a joke that you were saying yesterday, but when you were talking about that, Ashley, or rather what Ashley said, that she had thought of keeping him for herself, and then what was it about him that made her think that he was right for you?
Yeah, Ashley knows me very well, and she knows my riding style. And her Benny and Jess sent the horse to her to be sold. And when she looked at her whole client base, because she loves the horse, obviously, and she wanted to keep it in the family, then she just, match. You make that match, and you think that's when I come off Goose, and he's slightly taller, a little more elegant mover, a step in the right direction for me from Goose to go to the next level. And my experience on Goose, with him being so hot and so sensitive as well, you can transfer that quite easily to Westwood. So it just made sense, I think, for that move. And I'm grateful for that move, that's for sure.
Great.
Yeah, you look great together.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so much. Jackie.
No problem.
Appreciate it.